Golf simulators are obviously huge right now. We spent a ton of time researching and testing all these different products that you're seeing online, and we've created the perfect product. We have our full setup right here in the back of my SUV. I'm gonna have a full breakdown of everything I have in the back seat here. I'm gonna pull it out of my trunk and one by one go through each thing and what I use them for and how you can use it for your potential business. Seeing exactly what our setup is and how you can copy it. This is something that you could run solo as a side hustle, or you could grow it into a full-scale business. The best part is it's fully portable, really compact. The setup and breakdown time are minimal, and you can set it up pretty much anywhere people would want to play golf. Restaurants, breweries, event spaces, indoor or outdoor situations, whatever you want to do. Anyway, let's get to unloading this car, seeing exactly what our setup is and how you can copy it. That's coming up right now. Okay, so here we are, almost ready to start unloading the whole company, basically, out of my car. Look, this is the whole thing. You really only need a basement, or you could leave it in the back of your car. The one thing I would bring here, the electronics. You want to bring those inside. Let's begin. Right here is our electronics. This is a toolbox. We got a nice durable toolbox for our electronics. This is the money maker. We keep all of our most expensive stuff, our electronics, in this pretty inexpensive toolbox. You could probably, I found this toolbox secondhand at a thrift shop and it works perfectly fine. I would just get something that's nice and strong, a decent size, lightweight, that can carry all your most expensive, precious items. So this works for us. Let's open this up. A little of foam at the top, just in case there's any jostling or anything like that. Just an extra, you don't need it. It's pretty secure in here and you know it's precious, so you're usually pretty careful with it, but we put it on there just in case, so we'll take that out. Right here we have our SkyTrack. This is our extra long HDMI cord. That's a HDMI to USB-C. The HDMI port here goes to the projector, and then the other side goes to our iPad, and our iPad's right here. We have an M4 chip iPad. The newer, the better when it comes to that. These are just some markers that didn't make it in the marketing bag. We just threw them in here at the end. Couple extra balls that probably just got forgotten. Let's throw those over here. And then, yeah, this is some of the charging cables we have. That's a charging cable for the SkyTrack, which is here in its nifty case. I would suggest getting the case. Also, there are some iPhone chargers, Apple chargers for the iPad. We keep everything on charge as we're running our event. This is another just extension for an HDMI. This is the SkyTrack charger here. We got our iPad inside an OtterBox. So we put that. That's always charging at our event. This here is our second iPad, smaller iPad that we use as a POS system. You don't need it, but we have it with us. And this is our projection power, and this is our projector, the Optoma. And that's pretty much it. We have some foam at the bottom, and again, we cap it off with the foam on the top, and that's all stays in there. When I need to keep some stuff in the car overnight, if we have a late event or anything like that, I know that this is the one thing that I need to bring inside at the end of the night. Keep all this stuff together so you're not worried about it, and if anything's missing, you know right away. This right here is just some marketing stuff. It's one of those stands that you might see in front of a storefront. It's just an A-frame, and it's got some of our branding on both sides and some QR codes. The next thing I'll unload is going to be this duffel bag. This duffel bag right here holds. Okay, onto the duffel bag. This is where we keep our golf balls. These are the Almost golf balls, they're foam. This is our pump. We keep our pump in here. This is a two-way pump, so it can inflate and deflate. We've had it since the beginning. It still works perfectly fine. This goes at the bottom of those PVC pipe legs that we've showed you. It fits really nice, and it adds just a slight more structure and professionalism. We think it looks better than just having the PVC pipe on the ground. We keep that in here too. And then it's just our extension cords. So that's pretty much it. These are just long extension cords. I would recommend getting at least 150 footer with a 3-prong at the end. So we've got this 3-prong here. We've got another couple of extension cords. We haven't really need to use all these extension cords, but it's nice to have them. You don't want to be without them if you know, If you need them, you want to have them. You don't want to ask the vendor for them, although they always have them too. Yeah, that's pretty much all that's in that duffel bag. Just while you're watching this, just know we don't have a link in our equipment guide showing you the exact bag we got or anything like that. Those are just things that you could probably find around the house. Any old duffel bag would work for what I just showed you. So next thing, here. This is something I made myself. You may have seen these online. This is our projector protector. So this goes, the projector kind of sits under here on the ground and points up at our screen, and this protects it. This right here, it's just a tarp. We like to have the biggest tarp we can find. We lay that down when we're on an outdoor event. We want to protect our bay, our inflatable bay, as much as we can. So let's let the tarp do take most of the brunt of the pavement or the turf or the grass that we're on. We lay this down, then we put our bay, our inflatable bay, on top of this. So this is just a small whiteboard. We hang this up and we let, you can kind of see from our last event, which was a couple days ago, this is where we write closest to the pin, and then we have our leaderboard, and at 12 p.m. this was the closest. You can't see it, kind of, it was in my car and it like rubbed off. But basically, if I was at 12 p.m. and I beat this person, I would erase this name, put mine, and write my new score on there. So this bin is gonna require me pulling it out, kind of explaining what it is off camera, so. Okay, so you might recognize this gray bin here. So we have all our clips in one bag here. These are some of our tie downs. It's always good to have a lot of rope. And sometimes if we need something more heavy duty, we have the ratchet straps as well. But normally, these do the trick. These are gonna be our curtains. So these curtains here are what you would call photographer curtains. So they're basically 99% blackout curtains. All this is gonna be photography blackout curtains. Get black, doesn't matter if your branding is blue or whatever, blue is gonna create a blue glow in your bay. Get black, black is the way to go. So all the curtains you see in here, they're used as basically a strategy to keep the sun out. So I'm gonna just kind of zip through them. There's gonna be like 6 or 8 of them. Okay, so these foam pieces here, we use these sometimes when we need to, if it's really, really windy, which it seems like every outdoor event we do, it's really windy. But we jam these in along the leg. We basically put the tent leg in here and then jam this down the PVC pipe to create just a little more structure. Here's more curtains. I think it's just black curtains all the way down here. Like I said, there's like 8 of them. So yeah, it's all the way down on this side. It's just all black, the black curtains. So I'll put these ones back. These are some more tie downs. Basically, these are like mini bungees, and we'll use these sometimes to just attach our curtains to our tent, or to connect our tent to our bay, or to just connect 2 things together. We use these to keep our extension cords together sometimes. These are just really handy to have. These should be linked in the equipment guide, the shopping list, but if not, I'll also put a link down here. You can get these on Amazon. It's good to get the bigger the better with these. So this is our projection screen. So this is just exactly what you think it is, just a big white screen, heavy duty for golf balls. More curtains. It's good to have some tape. We do white tape, we do black tape. We like to use gaffer tape, but all these different tapes come in handy. And I would always suggest having white and black. Yeah, this is just more curtains, all curtains all the way down. So basically this bin's basically curtains and ropes and tie downs. That's it. All right, now I'm gonna pop my butt up here and pull the plugs out. These are pretty self-explanatory. We used to have righty clubs and lefty clubs in 2 separate bags. We said there's no need for that. So we started putting them in one bag, easier to carry, easier to get to the event, get back in the car. Okay, so obviously when you're loading up your car or your SUV or whatever you're loading, the big things go in first. You won't need some of this stuff for all your events. Like for example, I'm about to pull our tent out. You wouldn't need that if you were doing an indoor event. We only use that for outdoor events. It's pretty lightweight. I'd say it's about 100 pounds. The company is Crown Shield. It all clips at the bottom. Like, it's got wheels so I can like roll it right off here, see? Okay, so that tent is only about 8 feet tall, so we needed to prop it up. We needed about 18 inches, so we got handy, we got creative, and we built just a couple stilts, 4 stilts, 1 for each leg. I'll show you those in the unboxing, but I'll just pull them out of the bag here. They just fit in a bag like this. They're just PVC pipe and a couple bolts. These are literally just PVC pipe. It's about 36 inches long and about 18 inches down. We put a bolt through both ends, and the leg of the tent comes down here and stops right here, and that creates a stilt. Again, that's something you will not need for an indoor event. Those last 2 items were outdoor event only type things. The tent was 150 bucks, and I got those PVC pipes for maybe 15 bucks at Home Depot and a couple bolts. It was very cheap to create an outdoor scenario for there, but anyway. The next thing here, this is the inflatable bag. This thing is the business, basically. So, this is it here. This is about 150, maybe 200 pounds, 175 pounds I think it is. It all folds down. So basically, it's all in here, it's all folded up. We fold it up the exact same way every single time. And it fits inside this. This is basically a big tarp that has some rings on it that you pull tight, and you collapse it all, and it kind of fits in here, and then you can kind of move it around with these handles. And yeah, that's the whole bag, deflated, scrunched down, folded down, and it fits into like this. One person can operate this whole thing. It's very simple, very easy. It's easier with 2 people, but 1 person can do it. So just like that. Check out some of our other videos if you want to see what it looks like inflated. But yeah, this is it, deflated. And last but not least, the turf. And that's it. We got a 5x3 turf. We wanted to slide it in, slide it out, make it portable. They make these double wide, so 5x5. I don't see that being necessary. 5x3 is plenty for me. I never had somebody say, hey, this is too small or anything like that. I like this because it fits in the car. Once it's 5x5, it no longer fits in the car. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. That's the whole setup there. So I'll close the video out in my car. Okay, hopefully that was really helpful. That was the whole setup. That was everything we own as a mobile golf simulator company. For an indoor, outdoor event, we'll never have more than what you just saw with us at any one event. So you might notice that there's still some stuff left in here. That's because I have my friends coming over on Sunday, and we're gonna actually have a golf night in the backyard, and we'll play some golf and we'll watch some football. So that's another perk. If this is something that you'd like to do, or that you're even just curious about doing, I would check out the ebook. This video hopefully will add some context, seeing it on camera, not just on a spreadsheet. That's a wrap. We'll see you on the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace.